Good morning, Kevin.
Hey, Earl, great to see you as always.
Absolutely, buddy. Happy Tuesday instead of our normal Monday.
To you as well.
Yes, sir. Well, we're about what? About a week or less away from Christmas already.
We are.
And I love the Santa Claus beard and the hat and the spirit. It matches my snow, basically matches the whole thing.
Hey, man, you got the snowy background. I figure the best I could do to even compete would be bust out the Santa.
Hey, it's perfect. I love it.
You ever see that that recording of the attorney that accidentally turned himself into a cat when he was on a Zoom call with a judge and like another attorney and stuff?
And he couldn't turn it off. Yeah.
That was the best.
Yo, that was crazy. So crazy. That shows, some of those nuances that we ran into during the pandemic times,
Yep.
Where everybody had to, up their technology game, so.
Yep. And speaking of not being able to turn it off, doesn't sound like the real estate market's turning it off.
Not at all. As everyone knows, the rates, the news from the Fed, everything that's been happening is really starting to show its face, especially during a time of year that historically has been rather slow. I've been seeing a huge uptick of buyers reach out to me or sellers reach out to me, in preparation for 2024, of course, but they're a lot more active and they're motivated.
Yeah. The Federal Reserve delivered us some lower mortgage rates for Christmas. We're currently at 7-month lows. We're seeing rates hitting the sixes again on just a regular old 30-year conventional fixed, upper sixes in some cases for well-qualified buyers. And if you're looking at VA or FHA, if you're a veteran, etc., some of those are in the low sixes. So there's some really reasonable rates and great improvements from the 8s we saw back in October.
Whew. My God, yeah. It seems like a light year away right now. It's like everything kind of flipped on us overnight almost.
Hey, the only thing you can expect right now in the real estate world is the unexpected, or at least that was the story of 2023. And I think you have some statistics for us that folks might find surprising.
Absolutely. One of the main things is a lot of people want to know, hey, is it still a good time to sell my house? It's an absolute wonderful time to sell your house because the inventory is still super duper low. And what's happening right now is that pent up buyer demand that we already had around that was being held back by those higher interest rates. Oh man, they're starting to show their face. And one of the big things that they talk about is in regards to the unicorn years, which we know as 2020, 2021, the pandemic years. So some of the stats that we see or some of the ones that have came out is showing that demand is above the pre-unicorn years, 2018, 2019. Right now, in regards to 2023, there's an index. It's about the showing traffic. And the showing traffic for 2018, 2019 was somewhere around 106 to 112. Well, 2023's numbers, 138. And what this shows, what this shows is that people are definitely more in demand for housing right now than at any other time within the last 5 to 6 years. Also, that sellers are still getting multiple offers, even with higher rates, even with the seasonally adjusted time of the year when things historically slow down. Homeowners are getting, on average, 2.5 offers per listing. That's above pre-pandemic years as well. 2018, 2019, that was only around 2 offers. So you're getting almost a half offer. I mean, you really can't break the offer in half, but average of numbers, in that sense of things, it's definitely more. And finally, before I bore you guys too much and you decide to hop off, finally, days on market has went down tremendously from pre-pandemic years, where it was averaging out between 33 and 36 days. 2023, 23 days is what's showing as the average days on market time. So if you can't see the writing on the wall, it's a wonderful time to list your home today, tomorrow, or next week?
Hey, I can tell you from personal experience, I had a home and a flip purchase that I did over the summer, and we listed it towards the end of November. Did it with a partner, and the first weekend we had a full price offer, sight unseen. They hadn't even seen the property. Their agent just kind of like took a little video and full price offer. So it's an aggressive market out there still a great time to sell, but there's some opportunities to buy as well.
Absolutely. Yeah. The opportunity, and that's the sweet spot, is because we do have more inventory on market right now, because a lot of people have not necessarily pulled back because of anything other than it's about to be Christmas time. It's the holidays. They're just kind of, worrying about getting with family, just enjoying the time, which is super good. I plan to do the same thing. But that has presented huge opportunity for buyers to take advantage and get the home that they want without that competition right now.
Yeah, and just a word for next year, 2024, the loan limits have been announced, and it varies a little bit depending upon the locality. So loan limits are the maximum size of a mortgage you can do before it's considered a jumbo mortgage. So a conventional mortgage for most of our area here, you can go up to $766,500 for conventional and VA. Now, technically, there's no loan limit on VA, but anything above that, they consider a VA jumbo. So you can get $1 million VA mortgage with no down payment, but it is just considered a VA jumbo. So yeah, that's pretty aggressive figures, and that's the mortgage amount, not the purchase price. So there's some great opportunities there. And if you're looking at FHA, very popular, especially for first-time buyers, folks with credit challenges, that one goes up to our area about $690,000. So that's big.
That is. That's huge.
I've never done a $690,000 FHA mortgage. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for folks. Sure, your first-time buyer probably isn't buying a $500,000 or $600,000 or $700,000 house, but for folks that are buying in the higher ends, regular old conventional FHA and VA has a lot of options where you don't have to go into the jumbo financing category.
And that's awesome. You know what? I was just thinking too, if we should maybe have a chart next. The amount has increased, but being that we had a decrease in interest rates, people can get more house for their buck. They actually save on that monthly mortgage. So yeah, I'll definitely be looking, and see if we can find the difference, how much they're saving on that monthly mortgage now, with that just a slight dip in interest rates.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can save on your monthly payment or afford more for the same monthly payment.
Right. That's huge. Just because I know the news really focused on that when rates were rising. They're really saying, oh, well, you can afford less house now, which was true. But at the same time, I think we should, definitely put a highlight on it now. It's going the other way as well.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So there's some good news finishing out 2023. It's had its ups and downs. But if you look at pre-pandemic, it's ups. It's been a great time to buy. It's been a great time to sell. It's been a fairly balanced market. We've had overall home appreciation. So while it's felt bumpy and you hear the sky is falling on the news, 2023 has been a pretty good year for real estate.
It has. It definitely has, man. And I can't wait for 2024.
Me
good
too,
stuff around the corner.
Well, I hope you have a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, whatever y'all are celebrating, to you and everybody else checking out our video today.
Yes, sir. Hey, Kev, thank you so much, buddy. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you as well.
Chat with you next year.
Have a good one.